He wasn't like the other grandmasters. While they calculated lines with surgical precision, he dove straight into chaos. He sacrificed pieces without blinking and still won. He didn't play for logic, he played for beauty, and the world loved him for it. This is the story of Mikhail Tal, the mad genius from Riga, a man who bent the laws of chess and made magic out of madness, a man who sacrificed more than pieces. Mikhail Tal was born in Riga, Latvia, in 1936. He came from a Jewish family and was a quiet, often sickly child. By the time he was 3, he was reading. By 5, he could recite full pages of text from memory. He was fragile, with a weak heart and ongoing health issues, but his mind was sharp. He discovered chess at age 8, and something clicked. He didn't just learn how the pieces moved, he saw things on the board that others couldn't. It wasn't long before he was destroying local players, including adults. At 15, he was already competing in the Latvian championship. By 20, he was a Soviet champion. By 21, he was a grandmaster. And just a year later, in 1960, he did the unthinkable. He challenged Mikhail Botvinnik, the reigning world champion, for the title. Botvinnik was a scientist. Cold, precise, methodical. Tal was the exact opposite. Wild, aggressive, unpredictable. No one believed Tal had a chance. But what happened next changed chess forever. In a legendary 1960 match, Mikhail Tal crushed Botvinnik with fearless tactical wizardry. He played attacks that no one else would even dare to consider. Tal won 6 games, lost only 2, and drew 13. He became the youngest world champion in history, at just 23 years old. The chess world was stunned. A new king had arrived, and he didn't follow the rules. So what made Tal so unique? He didn't care about perfect calculation. He believed in intuition, pressure, and psychology. He threw opponents into positions where logic stopped working and instinct took over. He once said, "There are 2 types of sacrifices, correct ones and mine." In Tal's games, pieces flew across the board. He made sacrifices that computers later declared unsound. But they worked, not because the moves were mathematically perfect, but because they overwhelmed his opponents. Let's look at one example. In his 1960 World Championship match against Botvinnik, Tal played a stunning game where he sacrificed a knight, then a rook, just to keep the attack going. Botvinnik, one of the greatest defenders in history, lapsed under the pressure. Tal's magic wasn't just about calculation. It was about creating confusion, playing fast, and making people uncomfortable. He said his goal was to take the opponent into a deep, dark forest, where 2 + 2 = 5. And that's where Tal thrived. But the magic didn't last forever. In 1961, just 1 year later, Botvinnik demanded a rematch and won. He had prepared better, he played more solidly, and Tal's health was beginning to fail him. Over the next decades, Tal suffered from chronic kidney problems. He was hospitalized often, had multiple surgeries, and lived with pain nearly every day. And yet, he kept playing. Tal was more than a world champion. He was a symbol of creative freedom. While others feared mistakes, Tal embraced risk. He once played a tournament while bleeding internally, and still won. He once escaped the hospital just to play blitz in a smoke-filled cafe. He once beat Garry Kasparov while drunk in a lightning tournament. He lived on the edge, both in life and on the board, and everyone loved him for it. He was generous with his opponents. He laughed at his own blunders. He told jokes, smoked endlessly, and played with a smile. Even when he lost, he inspired. His legacy is enormous. Tal showed us that chess is not just a science, it's an art. He proved that beauty matters, that style can win. And even after his world title was gone, he remained a feared and respected master for decades. Mikhail Tal died in 1992 at the age of 55. He left behind a treasure chest of games, full of fire, sacrifice, and imagination. To this day, his combinations are studied, admired, and feared. He's remembered not just as a champion, but as a legend, the magician from Riga. the man who made the impossible look easy. If you enjoyed this story from the Chess Archive, subscribe for more tales of legends, forgotten geniuses, and timeless battles over the 64 squares. This was Mikhail Tal, and this is just the beginning.